Your first Kentucky Derby. Tell us how it happened and what it felt like.
Well, it was a roller coaster week for me, knowing that I was supposed to ride Uncle Mode, and then until the last minute, basically found out that he was not running, and obviously picking up another horse in the race for Grand Motion, ended up winning the race. So it was definitely a very special moment after a hectic week, waiting to see what was going to happen with Uncle Mode. But anyway, that was the waiting period going to the Kentucky Derby, and finally, like I said, get him out to the race, and only getting him out to the race to win the race. So definitely a long time waiting. Let's put it that way for me, though.
Right. What did you discuss with his trainer, Grand Motion, before the race?
Well, we did talk to the day before when I talked to him about the possibility that I was going to ride his horse. He said to me to go and watch his races. Now, when I watched the last race when he won in Tupper Park. After that, I just kind of knew a little bit about the horse already. I saw him running in Florida, and then I talked about it with him that the most important thing for him on the race was trying to give him a clear race. Instead of driving the ground and getting in trouble and all that stuff. So try to give him the clearest trip you can give him, the best chance you can give him for him, to run a good race. But he did really like this horse, so it worked out perfect. One of those things that we couldn't draw it any better or plan it any better. It just happened that it worked out great, and the horse responded for everything I wanted him to do. A great feeling to have.
When did you start feeling really good? In the top of the stretch, rounding the turn, a couple of 100 yards from the wire?
It was funny because once we got to the first turn, he was going very good. Even we got to the back stretch, he was still going really good. And the 3 April got to a spot that I had to take the spot. It got really tight, and I got the spot and I held up my position. Then I started thinking, man, I think this horse has a really good chance. And just past the 3 April, going to the 5/16 post, then I moved my way out and I put him in the clear, going to the quarter pole. Once he got to the clear, then I knew, it was like, man, he's full of run, full of energy. It seems like he was responding for everything I wanted, and that's when that moment I thought, like, man, I might win the whole thing, and especially the way he was moving. And past the 8 pole, I got to the lead a little bit early, I thought, because then he started waiting a little bit, so kind of has to stay busy on him, but he just kept running, and it was a big surprise.
Did you start appreciating what had happened right after the finish line, or did it take a day or so?
No, it took me a couple of days, especially right after the race, pulling up. First thing I thought, I did feel bad for Robbie. Robbie was named on the horse, so that was my first thing. It's like, damn, this is a shocking thing. I've been in the other end as well, so I know how I feel. So it took me a couple of days, once I got home and get to sleep in and relax and think about it, and it really get to sink in I won the Derby.
How does it compare to Dragster Rich's victory in the Belmont?
I'll tell you what, it's the 2 best races that I ever won. It's just no question about it. And obviously the races, the Triple Crown, the races that everybody talks about, and they're the races that the whole world knows about. So it's definitely they're very special races.
Obviously, there's a Preakness coming up. What are your thoughts about?
Well, I think if he runs the same race that he ran in the Derby, and I hope that he will, he seems like he come out of the race well. It didn't seem like he used all his energy during the race. Even the gallop was very good. We know better in a couple of days, and I talked to Ram yesterday, and he said the horse is doing really well. So hopefully that he comes back to the Preakness the same way, and I think it'd be really tough. If he runs that race back into the Preakness, they're going to have to run really hard to beat him.
Right.
I mean, we have to get a good trip. It's everything. I mean, even if he's doing his best, and we have to get the kind of trip we got in the Derby, that's the main thing. Get a good trip and get him healthy in there, and he'll be really tough.
Obviously, way far away, still a month, more than a month to the Belmont Stakes. But in your opinion, is this the kind of horse that can handle that race?
I don't see why not, though. I mean, he shows so much class and so much potential in just that one race that he ran in the Derby. So I think he has the potential to do the Triple Crown. Cross my fingers to stay healthy the 3 races, I should say. Stay healthy and get a good trip. So I think he has the potential to come in and finally get the Triple Crown. But we have to go through the second part of it first before we get here.